Hello everyone and welcome. I am Eddie and we are playing Fallen Enchantress. This is a fantasy 4X strategy games with some RPG elements to it. It's by Stardock, which is known for its Galactic Civilization series, and it's also the publisher of Sins of the Solar Empire, so it's used to making some strategy games. As most strategy games, the main game is a sandbox type game, but you also have some scenarios. I think there is one that shipped with the game, the Fallen Enchantress, which gives a lot of backstory of the world of Fallen Enchantress. I'm not going to play it because I usually prefer to just play the sandbox game. You also have a workshop which is basically a set of modding tools. So I'm not going to check them out for this LP. We're just going to play, but you can make your own scenarios, your own maps, and there's a lot of customization option in this game. So let's go to a new game. So in Fallen Enchantress, you not only select a nation but a sovereign that you will actually play in the game. There are 8 factions predefined that come with the game, but then you can create your own. So that's what we're going to do right now. You have 2 choices to make. Well, 2 things to create. Either your factions, so you can select one of 10 predefined factions, or create your own, and then you create your sovereign, giving him different magical abilities, a profession, and selecting some talents. What we are going to do is create a new faction. Here we go. So you can select the name of your faction. Here you can take a randomized name. Kingdom of Attack. I like it. We're going to be an offensive kingdom. You are going to select the ideology of your faction, which is actually basically the alliance to which you adhere. Either the kingdom, which are basically the good guys, they can use the life magic, or the Empire, the bad guys, which can use death magic instead of life. In-game, the only other difference between those two is in diplomatic aspect of the game, where you have a bonus to relations with the AI factions that are of the same ideology than you, and a penalty for those that are of the other side. So you have a lot of strengths to select from. You only have 3 points to spend. You can also select some weaknesses that will give you some points, and you can change the appearance of your basically the color of your factions. You also can select the race of your factions, which it's pretty important. You get a base bonus for depending on your race. Here it doesn't show actually what the bonus is, but I am going to select the Trog race. Its bonus is that it's very strong, and so your units can wear more armor and more equipment without getting penalties to initiative. And that is going to be the theme for our faction. It's going to be heavily armored troops and still trying to get high initiative. So for that, we're going to select the Master Smith's trait, which will allow us to create troops with a lot of armor and weapons for cheap, both in production time, gold cost, and metal cost. We're also going to select the quick trait, to allow our troop to have a high initiative. And to go with it, we are going to select the light plate. So a few of the traits have a zero point cost. This is because it's just a trade. Here it is a trade between having chainmail armor, which is lighter but has a little bit less defense, or selecting light plate, which will replace the chainmail by giving you light plate, which is higher armor, but also heavier. But since we are Trog, we are strong, so we can take light plate. As for appearance, so we have a green faction color. Closing color 1 is green, okay. 2, let's go a bit darker. And primary color, I'm not sure where this applies. Put a bit of red in it. And here you can put some backstory for your faction. And we are going to save this faction, so this is the Empire of Attack. So now we can create our sovereign. So we see here he's of Trog blood because we have selected the Empire of Attack. Gives him plus 20 weight capacity and the Berserk ability. And also coming with the Trog race, you can train Juggernauts, which are special troops that only Trogs can train, and they are very heavily focused on offense. So we have 6 points to customize our sovereign, and I'm going to select the tactician one, which gives a bonus to initiative to your entire army, and the scholar one, which will help with our research, so we can get to our armor and weapon technology faster. I'm not going to take any weaknesses to increase my point total. As far as profession goes, I'm going to go with the armorer, since we are going to have some armor with high armor. A percentage bonus to it will give us even more of our specialization. And I'm going to select 2 magical proficiencies. So each base proficiencies cost 2 to get to the apprentice level, and another point if you want to get to level 2. But I'm going to get 2 apprentice in Death Magic and Earth Magic. And my sovereign will be named Eddie. So that's Eddie of the Empire of Attack. You can then change the appearance of your sovereign. So here, you can change his pose. I like this one. So hair color, we have red hair, blue eyes, and spiky hairs. And here we can change his clothes. Okay. Here you can give him some equipment, but so we can either start with a sword staff or a spear, because the basic weapon not matter much, because you're going to find some better ones usually pretty early in the game. Some weapons are a little bit better, but they cost a point. It's usually not worth it, because as I said, you're going to find some new items pretty fast. So I'm going to give my hero a spear. And okay. So let's go next. Here you can pose your hero. And change the background of the image. Okay, so now we select our sovereign, our faction. Here we have a summary of all of our abilities and strengths. And let's go. So we are going with a random map on a medium world. All the rest is on the default settings. We are going to go to a challenging world difficulty. We are going to play against 3 opponents. Again on challenging AI difficulty. And all the rest as standard. And let's go. So the degree of customization that we saw in the creation of the factions reflects the rest of the game. You have a lot of statistics for your sovereign and the champions you can recruit. They can level up and get more abilities. Even your standard trained units can level up. They don't get extra abilities and level up, but they get stat bonuses. So here we go. So the first thing to note is the tiles that have number in them. These are the tiles in which you can settle a new city. The green number is the grain, which will determine your maximum population, and the brown one is the materials, which will determine the production of your city. And there can be a third one, blue one, which is the essence, which we don't have here, which will determine the number of enchantments you can put on your city, and can give you some extra bonuses later too. So here we don't have a great spot, because we don't have any tiles with essence, and we don't have any resource node close by. Yeah, but we're still going to build our city here. So we settle. Yes, we have just formed our empire. So here is our city, Ivalot. Strange name. And here we can see the details of our city. So we have a population of 30. The population for cities in this game is a bit like experience for units. Your city will level up. At the start it's just a village. When you get to population 50, so here you can see it's like an XP bar. At population 50 you are going to level up to level 2, and then you can specialize your city. I think level 3 is 200 population, level 4 is 400. As you can see, this city is capped at 80 population right now, because we have 4 grains, and each grain gives you 20 food, and you need 1 food per population. We will be able to increase the number of food per grain by building improvement of our city. The material determines the production of your city. So we have here a base production of 12, which is 6 per materials, which will also be able to improve this by building improvement in our city. There is also unrest, so here at 22%, which will affect, it's a penalty to both your production and your research. And you will be able to lower our unrest also by building improvement in the city. And so we don't have any essence in this city. Each village at the beginning gives 1 research and produce 2 guilders. But the income we get, here you can see the city produced 2 guilders, but we only get 0.8. because we have our tax rate set at 40%. And the unrest is based on the tax rate you get. So the more tax you get, the more money you get, but the less production and the less research you have. So this is one of the theme of this game, I find, is you always have to make choices between one thing and another. There's almost never any free choices. Even in building your cities, well, at the beginning you don't have a lot of choices, but you will see you only have one queue for your city. So it's the same queue to build improvements, to train units, and also to build resources tile that you will find in the wild. So we don't have any right now, but you will see that later. So at the start, we are going to train a pioneer. Pioneer are your settler units. They'll be able to settle new cities and create outposts that will create borders around wildlands, so to be able to claim wild resources. So the only kind of tiles we can see here is these little green chests, which are basically loot locations. And here we have a champion that we can recruit. So we are going to do this by moving our sovereign next to it and talking to the champion. So this is Rua, level 1 champion. It has a raised blood, which gives her, yeah, she seems to be a woman, her the ability to heal 3 points when an enemy is killed in battle, but she gets -1 hit point per level. And she also is a Death Disciple, so this is the level 2 version of the Death Magic school. And she has some armor and a dagger. And she costs $94 to recruit. And we are going to get her. And so we get some loot, nice stone mace. So let's see, we had a dagger, I think. So we have the choice between 6 damage dagger that gives +4 initiative, +4 crit chance, and 1 counter attack per round, or a stone mace that has a 13 attack base, which is a lot higher, but gives us a -4 initiative and a bash ability. So you can see the initiative here goes from 29 with the dagger to 16 with the mace, because there is a 8 difference between the 4 bonus and 4 penalty. But also our faction has quick abilities that gives a 10% bonus. So we actually lose 9. No, we actually use 13 initiative if we select the mace. Yeah, because it goes from the 10% applies also to the bonus and to the malus. So I think, especially since this seems to be a caster, at least a little bit of a caster, having a high initiative will allow her to act first, and so use her magic at the beginning of the fight to gain an edge. So I'm going to stay with the dagger with her. What does our sovereign have? He has a 7 attack spear that ignores 50% of the victim's defense and makes him immune to counter attack. I think I will give him the mace, because at the beginning of the game most monsters don't have much defense, so the spear ability is a little bit wasted. So I'm going to trade and equip. So sovereign now have the mace. And before we end the turn, we need to set our research. So the research is divided into 3 trees: civilization, warfare, and magic. So it's pretty self-explanatory. Magic is all about magical equipment, extra level for shrines, and extra spells. Warfare is all about the troop equipments, both armor and regular weapons, and general warfare, mounted, adding extra missiles. As you see, extra armor. Here is the light plate that replaces the chainmail that we select as an ability. And civilization is all about improving your cities, mostly. So at the start, I like to begin with civilization. In most strategy games, it's a good idea to improve your economy, and here it's in city improvement. And I'm going to start with knowledge, which will give us 1 faction prestige and the ability to build the study improvement to improve our research. So the faction prestige, it's quite important. As I said, the population of your cities is like XP, and the growth of your cities is the number of population you get per turn, and it is directly related to your prestige. Basically, for each city, the base growth is your faction prestige divided by the number of city. So here I have 1 prestige and 1 city, so this city will grow by 1 population every turn. If I build a second city, both cities will have a 0.5 growth per turn. But then you can build improvement to increase your growth in each cities, and you can gain some extra prestige. So here, just by researching knowledge, I'll get another prestige. And so this city, if the research ends before we build another city, this city will then grow by 2 population per turn. And so we get to the end of this first turn, and I'm going to end this episode here. So we'll continue our adventure in the next one. Thank you for watching. If you have any suggestions, comments, or just want to say hi, feel free to post a comment below. If you like this video, please click on the like button and share it with your friends. To see my other videos, please check my channel and subscribe. Thank you and see you later.